All right, so Pythagorean Theorem in 3D. We got a bonus problem here. So our goal here is to find the length of this blue diagonal here, the value of x, and we're told to round to the nearest ones place if necessary. So I'm going to show you guys how to go about solving this, because it seems like this is a pretty obscure length here that might be difficult to find. But we actually have everything that we need to find this value. So let's take a look here. So I can see that this blue line is actually a part of a right triangle. It is the hypotenuse of this triangle right here. So if I trace this diagonal here and then use the actual height of this prism as my other one, I have a right triangle right here. So if I can find this value here, the value of this diagonal on the bottom, well, then I can find this x value. So first things first, we know that the Pythagorean theorem says that a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a and b are the legs of a right triangle and c is the hypotenuse. So what do I know here? Well, I know that this diagonal that I'm trying to find is actually the hypotenuse of another right triangle. And I'll trace that one in green here. So it is this triangle right here. And so this triangle I actually have my dimensions for. I have my leg lengths. So I can actually find this, I'll call this h for hypotenuse. I can actually find that length. So let's do that. So I'm told that the width here is 9 and the length here is 18. So I would do 9 squared plus 18 squared, and that's going to equal h squared. 9 squared gives me 81 plus 18 squared is 324. 324, and that's going to equal h squared. So if I add those together, I get 405 equals h squared. And to find h, I just need to take the square root of both sides here. And so that gets me, if I take the square root, I get approximately 20.12 here. So I'll say 20.12 meters is this diagonal over here, h. And so now that I have that, let me write this in here, 20.12. Now that I have that, I can use that to find the length of x by using the Pythagorean theorem again. So let me change color here to blue. And so, again, we're going to use the same formula. I now have both legs that I need here. So it would be 24 squared plus 20.12 squared is going to equal x squared. All right, so we use our calculator again. 24 squared is 576. 576 plus 20.12 squared. 20.12 squared is 404.81. 404.81. We add those together. Gives me 980.81. 980.81 equals x squared. And the last thing we need to do here is take the square root of both sides again. So I'm going to take the square root here. And that gets me 31.32 approximately. 31.32 equals x. And this is meters. And we're told to round to the nearest ones place, so this would be approximately 31. So x is approximately 31 meters.